Hello everyone, good day. My name is Bekeria Masoma and I'm Oracle Academy Program Manager for Sub-Saharan Africa. I'm very delighted to join you today on the occasion of the Student Entrepreneurship Summit 2026 as organized by the Association of Computing Students, GCTU, and specifically under the Office of the Women's Commissioner. And I know that at this summit, at this conference, you're going to be having interesting activities like speeches, panel discussions, business idea pitches, competitions, and all of that. And I hope that and pray that it's a worthwhile one for you and you are able to take out something tangible from this conference. Very quickly, I'll be speaking to you about something that I'm passionate about, and it is titled Leveraging Technology and Digital Skills to Build Successful Businesses. Allow me to share my screen very quickly. Yeah. Thank you. As we take a deep dive into this topic, I want you to sit back and relax. So we would be able to have a good flow from both sides of the conversation. Yeah, so we're looking at how we can help our young people like you, particularly women, to become opportunity creators and not just job seekers. Understand that the normal trajectory is usually to go to school. You've gone to primary school, you've gone to basic school, you've gone to senior high school, you're now an undergraduate in the university, and very soon you would be graduating. Hooray! But beyond the university, what next? Right? So we are hoping that you have the mentality of a job creator rather than a job seeker. Okay, we want you to build your mindset and have a shift from being somebody who is asking to somebody who is actively giving. Now, a computing education is not the only route to employment, right? So some of you think, oh, once I graduate from school, I'll go and look for a job. Maybe I'll come and work in Oracle. Fantastic. I actually want you to come and work in Oracle. However, not everybody's case will be like that. Some of you would come and work with us at Oracle, while other people would have to set up businesses, okay, and become, employers of labor. Either you're self-employed, you're hopefully maybe you start out as a one-man business, but after then you scale and become an employer of labor. Rather, your computing education can be a toolkit for you to build solutions that people will actually pay for. And I'm going to show you how. Okay, I'm not just going to do all these beautiful presentation without, showing you how you can actually be a job provider. Okay, so when you ask yourself, daily, I want you to ask yourself, what problem can I solve with the skills I already have? I'm not talking about the ones that you don't have. Those skills in terms of website designing, the website development, in terms of even coding. Yeah, even in terms of vibe coding, your AI skills, you're able to create videos, you're a videographer, you're a photographer, and you're using AI, to sort of manipulate these elements. You have skills already that people can pay for. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do that can help you from becoming a job seeker to an opportunity creator is to see problems clearly. Observe pain points in your school, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Africa, in healthcare, in finance, or in communities. I once heard a speaker say something about Africa having problems and not just regular problems. We've got wicked problems. So I wanted to think about it from that direction. Recently, we've got, floodings. I think it was this month, if I'm correct, or late, July 2026. There were severe floodings across Ghana and also in some parts of Lagos in Nigeria. It was horrible. I want us to look at those sort of pain points, look at those things, go and look at the SDGs and see what are the sustainable solutions that I can provide for these problems that we have in our community. And now the second thing would be to build useful solutions. Remember, with the skills you already have, you can use digital tools to create tools, websites, you can build applications, services, workflows, and products that can solve those real life problems. So you can use tools like Apex, I don't know if you've heard about Apex, or we just did, a all-female hackathon, Apex hackathon in Ghana. I think it was in March. And teams, I think about 2 to 3 teams were able to come up with real life solutions to world problems. Their problem that they solved was on maternity and maternal health care. And those solutions were really apt and were very useful. So please see problems clearly and build useful solutions around them. That way you're able to move from being a job seeker to a job provider. Okay, and also capture your value ethically. So turn usefulness into customers' revenue, turn it into cash. Some of you, you're already president of your students association, or you're even the pastor of your fellowship. Yes. Or you're the sisters coordinator in your fellowship. Yes. You should be able to use those skills that you already have and convert to revenue, convert to customer. For instance, you are the sister coordinator, you are in charge of welfare. Do you know those things can actually translate, right? You already have skills in customer service because you always have to be gentle. You have to make sure that everyone is okay. Do you know that that skill can take you very far in customer service? So it's important that we identify those skills. And even aside that, some of you already, you're the one who worked on the graphics for this particular conference. You're the one who designed the graphics. Do you know how much we pay graphic artists? Ask anyone around you. Personally, I deal with graphic artists. Yes, even with the advent of AI, yes, people can go to ChatGPT and do cook up graphics. But personally, I still have preference for non-AI generated images. So I'm still very big and I pay heavily to have my designer channel designs that I want without using AI. Okay, so it's important that the skills that you already have in coding, in teaching. Yes, some of you are very good. You're the ones who hold tutorials for your fellow students in your department. Do you know that it can help you build an edtech startup? Think about it. Yeah, think about it. You already have those skills. Okay. So what I have here is that opportunity is created when skill meets a real need. So it's important that you have a skill first, then you identify the need that you want to fill and provide useful solutions there. How learning becomes a business. So it's important that even while you're schooling, it's important that you have the mindset of an entrepreneur. Even for me as an employee, I am an entrepreneur. So as I'm here, I am employed, but I still think like an entrepreneur. How can my company make money? How can I make my company's customers satisfied? So that way, I am also an entrepreneur, but also, an employee. So whichever way you fall, wherever you fall into, either as an employee or as a job creator, it's important that you have the entrepreneurship mindset. And entrepreneurship is a repeatable journey. You don't need all the answers to start, okay? You just need to keep going, and it's a learning loop, right? So for this one, you could start off with courses. It's important that you learn. Remember that it's from learning and doing that you build skills. So, learn from courses. Go and pick up free skills. Even at Oracle, we have free certifications around AI and cloud computing that is currently running, and it's for free. It comes with free Oracle certifications. So it's important that we learn. And when you finish learning, or in the process of even learning, you pick up these skills. So you're looking at skills like coding, designing, data analytics, and all of those things. So go to Udemy, go to Coursera, go to Oracle, Learn platform. You are going to see different things for free. We're not lacking information in this world. We're not even lacking free resources to learn from in this world. So it's important that you take advantage of these opportunities, that are available to you, so that what you learn translates into a business. So first step is you learn, it translates to a skill. You understand your customer's pain point. Remember the slide that I shared before this one. Learn a skill, identify a need, and solve it. Then from the pain point of the customer, you develop your MVP, which is your minimum viable product. You get your prototype, you get your workflow, then you launch. Okay. Like I told you, you already have those skills. There are people right now who, even with all the information around CV writing, they don't know how to write CV. I had somebody come to me about 2 weeks ago to say, oh, somebody asked her to submit her application in a particular ministry in Nigeria. But ma, I don't know how to. I don't. Please, can you help me write my CV so that I'll print it? And this is in an age where you can even just put your name at the schools you attended at the course, and AI is going to, sort of bring out your CV for you. So yes, there are still people who like that, who would need your services. There are still small business owners who don't know how to use digital technology. You can build a business around that and become maybe a digital marketer or a social media manager, and you help them to build, their social media presence. Okay, so once you launch, you scale. Scaling is very important, please, so that we don't keep calling ourselves small businesses, small businesses. 10 years down the line, we're still small businesses. No, that's not why we're here. We're African women, we are built differently, right? So we would scale our business. Launch is not the end of learning. The more you do, the more you learn. That's in my own estimation. The more you are doing, the more you are scaling up yourself, the more you are working on your projects, the more you are learning. So start small, please. Don't wait till you have all thousands or millions of CDs before you start. No, that's not necessary. I don't say, oh, I'm a student, how much do I have? Your pocket money could be enough for you to start up a business. So it is important that you start small, you learn first, and you improve. Now let's look at some digital skills that could become businesses, right? You guys are the ones in computing, you are the hot cake, you are the ones who know how to code, you are the ones who are using Python, you are the ones using Java, you are the ones that are manipulating AI, you are the one building all the cool stuff that the entire world, is currently talking about. Now, how can that become businesses? So there are different skills. So think of each skill as an income pathway. A service you can offer, a product you can build, or a platform you can create. Right. So either you're doing a physical product or you're doing a digital product or a service that you're offering. It's important that you know how to translate your skills into businesses. So if you look at this digital skills stack on my screen, you see that we have different pathways. There's the UI UX design, which I've mentioned already. There's the digital marketing, which I've mentioned. There's cybersecurity and cyber trust. Now, in this age of deep fake, it is important that we are secure online. So more people, the more things are advancing technologically, the more we will need more safe digital services. So we're talking cybersecurity, we're talking cyber trust. We're talking about helping people to gain more trust online. So it's important that these skills that we have learned, we know how to monetize them. And another skill we can look at is around cloud and dev tools. Okay, so you're looking at applications that you can build. You can use Apex, you can use other tools, you can use other applications that you can use to build, scalable applications. For us, we use Apex. Apex is a low-code development environment where developers are able to build scalable applications. You can check it out. Yes, I'm an Apex evangelist. Okay, Oracle Apex. So just search it or just use your search engine and type in Oracle Apex, APEX, and you can sign up for free. Okay, and there's also data analytics. Of course, every business needs data to run. Everybody needs data to make decisions. From on data, you can get insights, you can make buying decisions, selling decisions, what numbers in terms of even inventory that people have and all of that. So data analytics is very important, and it's such a beautiful and relevant digital skill to learn. Then there's also, of course, AI and automation. So you're building workflows, you're building, you are automating repetitive tasks. So it's important that you understand that these skills can actually become businesses. They can translate to businesses. So choose 2 core skills plus 1 business skills, then build proof. Okay, so you can start from school. There's some universities in Nigeria when I go to, I see student-led businesses and they're so beautiful. There was a time that I went to one of the universities in Nigeria, and one of the students built an application to help students, guess what? To print. It saw that there was a need for students always trying to print out maybe handouts or documents. So it created like an Uber for printing, if I'm correct, but it was something around British. Yeah. So, and the guy made money and he had even left the university at that. No, he was still, I think it was third year students when I met him. And I was making cool money. Okay, but aside the fact that you're even making money, you're providing value to people around you, and that's so cool. So beyond even money making, it's important that we are able to put our skills into use and provide value to people around us. So turn a real business into a launchable offer. Customers are not going to buy your idea. Yeah, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. But how does it really solve my problem? That's the core thing. Human beings were a bit selfish. What do I stand to gain? Is what they are going to ask you. They're not going to say, oh, you know how to code, you know how to do AI, you know how to do data analysis. How is that going to solve my problem as a market woman or as a fintech founder who has 10 staff? What can your solution provide me? And that's it. Once you're able to solve that problem or answer that question, then you're on your way to minting money. I can tell you that. So how do you turn a real life problem into a launchable offer? Number one, observe the pain, like we mentioned. Understand, look around you. What are the needs? Is it food? Is it laundry? Is it healthcare? Is it logistics? I tell you, logistics is such a big untapped gold mine in Africa. We don't have, almost countries around Africa don't still have sustainable transportation networks, either in the urban areas or even rural areas, right? Like for me, some places in Nigeria, you can only get there by water. And I mean, you are on the boat for 2 hours, you haven't got to wait. So it's all surrounded by seas. And I come from one of those places. I come from the riverine areas, one of the riverine communities in Nigeria. And some of our villages, you can only access them by boats. And by boats, you are there 2, 3 hours, you are still on the water. So imagine if we have maybe a sustainable rail system that crosses our rivers and all of that. I think that's, up to the government. But I'm just saying, you get my drift. Look for problems. There's healthcare, there's food. Some of us are hungry. Like you want lunch, but you want it delivered in 5 minutes. It's possible. Some people have hacked it. Some other people are you see, oh my, these other food delivery guys, they are promising delivery in 1 hour. Can I reduce that time to say I can promise to deliver you your dream meal in 30 minutes? Right? Fashion. Women love fashion. Can you deliver my makeup in 2 hours? Can you deliver this clothing to me in 2 hours? I want to sew a kente dress, but I don't have time to come to your store to take my measurements and I don't know how to measure. Can I send a picture of you, of myself, and you are able to determine my size that I would not need fitting? That's such a real problem, right? And for us here in Nigeria, we have a big market for ready to wear. So I'm always buying clothes online. Yeah, but most times I have to depend on free form clothing because I'm not sure that the tailor or the vendor would know my size. Remember, we all have different, body shapes and all of that. So as women, look at into all those pain points and understand, map out your target audience, do a sample, and get people to validate, your demand. Are people asking you for those things? Can you get evidence before you start building? Validate your demand, yeah, before you start. It's very important, please. Build your MVP, of course. What's the smallest useful version? Start small. You don't have to start big. In case it doesn't work out, then you can just easily, close up and start your next venture. Because failure is part of the journey. Yeah. Price and learn. Proper pricing is very important in business. I know that when you're starting out, you may be afraid to call figures, right? But once people begin to see value in you and you provide excellence, people will pay you any amount for the value that you provide. It's important. Imagine there is my son, sorry about that. There is You know that we know this water that they sell in traffic, correct? If you go to some locations, it is priced at, I think the one I bought in Ghana, was it 3 cedis or something? Yeah, the plastic water. I think it's about 3 cedis or was it 5 cedis now? But if you go to some hotels, they are going to sell it for you. You are going to sell it to you at 30 cedis. So it's, it's just dependent on the pricing. Of course, their operating costs in a location that is selling for 30 cedis will be different from somebody's operating cost who is selling for 3 cedis. But I mean, that's just business, model. Let's not even go there because it's such a long topic. Okay, so it's important that you know how to price right and price yourself for profitability. You don't want to run a business and you run at a loss. It's a business, it's not a charity venture. So it's important that you price well. Now let me give you this practical guide. This is a 90-day practical guide that can help you launch your business. Okay. How many people are ready to launch their businesses? Let me see your hands up. Let me see. You're ready to launch your business. You're ready to mint money. You're ready to be a boss babe. I think that's what they call it. You're ready to be a money mogul. Let me see your hands up. Good. So entrepreneurship becomes less intimidating when the next step is clear. It's important that you know your why and you know your next move. Clarity is very important. Yes, I understand that. I'm not one person who will say don't move until you get all the clarity. I believe that clarity comes with doing. But it's important that you are able to map out a plan at least from the beginning. And now with AI, you don't even need so much of business coaches to help you even put out your business model canvas and all of those things. You can actually get these things done and these resources online. Just type in your business into those AI models, and they are going to come up with great ideas for you. So for your first 30 days, learn and choose. Pick one problem, one audience, two skills, and one mentor. Mentorship is very important. Very. So that your mistakes, you can learn from other people's mistakes and their experiences and all of that. So pick your problem. Look around you. What problem can you solve? Even as you are there in the university. I remember then when I was in the university in Ife. And universities, well, in Nigeria, most of the universities are in outskirts. They are in faraway towns. It's not like in Accra that you have a lot of universities in town that you can, from your school, you take a bus to Makola, you're already in the market. No. Where I schooled, it was very far from main town. It's called Ife. And the campus so big. So we had like an entire campus to ourselves, like a whole, like it's a village that we were in that university. So there's no way you could not go to town. You have to go to town, you spend a lot of money and even time, right? So I remember that a lot of students, some people had to learn how to make hair. So if you want to make your hair, your fellow student can make it for you. If you want to print something, we had students who were printing who had printers, were in the printing business. Even customization, name it. A lot of students have businesses, even to the extent that some students had to go and get a stall, like in the university's market. We have different markets inside the university, and they build their businesses, they scaled to that extent. And that's because they learned, they mastered their skill, and they chose one problem and provided solution to it. And remember, what you start out with may not even be necessarily what you end up with. But remember, having a plan is very important. It's having no plan at all that is not good. Because truth is that what you start out with may evolve, you can change, you can pivot, but it's important that you start. You must start something. That's the most important thing. Have a plan, even if the plan may change later, but just have a plan, please. Have a business plan. Business plan, not just plan. Business plan, please. So learn and choose. Choose one problem, one audience, get a mentor, and choose the skills you want. build and test, right? For the first 30 days, you're learning and you're choosing. For by the 60th day, you're looking at building plus testing. Create a prototype, demo it, right? Create an application, test it. If you need help, let us know. And people are always wanting to help other people. That's what I've discovered in life. If you don't ask, you will not get help. Shit your pride. Maybe the person that is supposed to help you is the person who you have quarreled with. Go and apologize to that person so that you can get help from them. So build and test, create a prototype, demo it, collect feedback, do a survey, ask people to download your app, your school fellowship, your students association, do all the groundwork, okay? Do all the QA, QC things, test it for the security and everything of your application. Then you sell. By the 90th day, in 3 months, you can actually sell and improve on your services. Okay? So first find your first users. It could be family, friends, or you cannot build a business around family and friends alone. Let me just tell you. You have to get real customers because some of us will be patronizing you out of sympathy. Oh, she's my friend. I don't want her to feel bad. No, it's not going to work on the long term. So find your first users, price your offer. Remember, price profitably so you can break even, and also track your results. It's important. You should have your tracking sheet. You should do a lot of data analysis in your business. You should be able to track. You have your customers' contact numbers, get their feedback, and see how to improve on the services that you provide. So for the first 90 days, get your MVP, one customer, one clear problem, simple offer, and let us know how we can pay you. It's important. And yes, your campus is such a safe way to start off things. And come to think of it, there are so many businesses that started out on campus. So you're actually in the right place. Yes, I know you don't have time. You're doing tutorials, you go for classes. Your HOD is wicked, is not giving you time. I know. You're going for fellowship. I know. You have your FYB things. Yes. But it's important that you try something out before you graduate, particularly as women in tech, right? Because I don't want you out there waiting for after your youth service, you're now waiting for a job to come. I don't want that. Yes, it may come, good, but not everybody's going to go that route. So for you and sometimes some of us are even very business oriented, we don't even want to work. We don't want to work with anybody. We don't want to be our own boss. It's important that you start out, testing out some of your ideas as you are still on campus. Use your campus as a safe test market. Your classmates, your friends, alumni group, your department, your lecturers, and all of that. And I will see you. So very quickly, I think I'm almost done. Build for Ghana. Scale across Africa. It's important that you scale. Like I said, we're not just going to be small businesses. In 5 years, in 10 years, I don't even want to hear that in small business. Either you're a growing business or you're a medium scale business already at that time. So it's important that you use technology to your advantage. Use social media, use dashboards, use Google Suite, use anything that is within your disposal. And you can start off with free tools, right? So it's important that you must set out. And then let me just assure you, there is more than enough resources. The universe has created more than enough resources for you to actually start out. Even with the so many free resources that are available, you can use even Microsoft Office. There's Google Suite, there's Apex for building your application. Most of these things are free. You already know how to build websites. Fantastic. You can use, your website, collect customers' data, reach out to them, and that can help your business. Feedback is very important in business. And that helps you grow. Because we are building scalable and sustainable businesses, we must be looking at the next level, must be looking at growth. You understand? And technology gives you that, opportunity for your company to travel across your border. No, you must not end up in Ghana. Like, yeah, Ghana is great, Nigeria is great, but we must even begin to look for how we can even start selling even within the ECOWAS block itself. So how are you in Ghana? You are providing a service or you're selling a product. How do I, Bekere, here in Lagos, Nigeria, have access to your products? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about scaling, right? So we're not even building for your local market. Local market is fantastic, but you should also be looking at the broader picture. You should be looking at scaling. You should be looking at growth on the long run. Okay. So it's important that you build for scale. We're talking about after now, is it after AFCTA agreements that the African Union is pushing for? And it's talking about borderless businesses for women. How can women trade borderlessly, irrespective of their countries? We're talking about even using technologies to scale businesses for even market women. If market women were thinking of how to use technology to scale their businesses, how about you? Who's got a computing degree or who's going to get a computing degree soon from the university? So think, build for Africa. Like we said, yeah, some of you would jackpot, like some of you would travel out, but some of us will be here. And we must build the continent, right? So it's important that you look beyond Ghana, thinking about your West African bloc. You're thinking Togo, you're thinking Cote d'Ivoire, you're thinking Nigeria, you're thinking Benin Republic. And if you go to East Africa, you're thinking Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. Those are places that you should be thinking about shipping your business to or shipping your solutions to if you don't have a physical product, right? So you should be looking at areas like agri-tech, you're looking at AI services, automation, workflows, you're looking at fintechs. Yes, I know that I have said in a way before that we have too many fintechs, but guess what? Every time I come to Ghana, I have issues with payments. I am never able to make a transfer. If I don't have cash, I could almost be stranded. There was a time I tried using one of the mobile banking, applications. It simply did not work. Telcos have come up with their own fintechs. Fintech startups have come up with their own solutions, even banks. But these things have not yet covered the entire market. So there's still space in the fintech industry that you can play in. Imagine building an application for women to build their wealth. And we have a few of them here in Nigeria. There's Harvest, there's Haconomy. Yeah, these are some women-focused fintech applications that we have. Think of building your own. Yeah. How can female farmers, save up and buy machinery? That could be your niche. How do female fashion designers buy properties where they can showcase their collections? That could be your niche. So, I mean, there are so many ideas in this world, I tell you, and there's so many problems that are still not solved. Okay, so you're looking at agri-tech. How can we build more climate-friendly food crops? How do we battle malnutrition and hunger in our countries? Okay, those are opportunity areas for you. EdTech, how can we learn? Some of you can teach. Don't go and look for job. Just look for how you can use EdTech to teach more people. Have your team reach more children. Now, imagine children who are in underserved communities that don't have internet. So because they don't have internet, they should not now learn. Let's build solutions for them. In EdTech, AI services, of course, beautiful automation, workflow, and all of those things for businesses. It's beautiful. And also creator economy. I know that some of you will like that. But even in the creator economy, you can niche down and become a technology content creator. There's a lady in Nigeria. Her name is called, help, Jesus, help me. Um, Miss Techie. Yeah, that's her name. Miss Techie. Go and look for her on Instagram. She is a content creator. She has niched down to technology, and she's one of the few females that I've seen, even across Africa, who are talking technology. And that's because she has decided to play in the opportunity area of creator economy. We have a lot of people who are content creators who are minting money from places like YouTube, from Instagram, from Meta, and all of those platforms, TikTok. I know all of you on TikTok. So don't just be users of this platform. You can actually become influencers and creators and make money. So think local, design global. Design portable solutions, partner across the continent. If you're looking for people to partner with in Nigeria, you can reach out to me. If you're looking for people to partner in Kenya, in East Africa and South Africa, reach out to us. We will be able to connect you. We want our young girls like you who are in technology field to come up with bankable solutions, to come up with scalable solutions. And we are waiting to throw our weight behind you. So your degree can open a door for you. And but your digital skills can build you a marketplace. Do you see? Your degree, fine, beautiful, but your skills are the door openers, right? So what's your call to action? It's important that you learn and learn a skill. You already even have the skills, so just build on the skills that you already have. Build boldly. I've seen even people doing 30 days challenge, 30 days or 60 days challenge. Do it. Build publicly. I know that Gen Zs, you guys, beautiful set of people. You guys don't even have like shame is not even your dictionary. You're not even afraid of failing. You're not like millennials like us. They always build quietly. When the soup is done, we'll now show it. No, you guys will bring out the gas, you will bring out the pot, and you start cooking in front of us. If the soup goes sour or salt, you just like, you know what, it didn't just work and you move on. But millennials, no. We want to build the silence. That's how we're built. That's why we're in different generations. Anyways, so build boldly, collaborate. I wish I could share a post with you. I think it was posted on Nairametrics about some of the best solutions that we use across Africa today, though built from Nigeria, how they started out in universities. I don't know how many of you use Piggyvest. Yeah, I use Piggyvest. It's a fintech. I started out as students when they were in Covenant University. There is Flutterwave. I think they also started out. No, Flutterwave didn't start, but they're Seamless. Look, ask, check for Seamless HR. I knew them when I was in the university in Ife. Some other people have built things out of even University of Lagos. People have built things out of there's a lot of Covenant University. I don't know what they put in their school, but they have a lot of co-founders, from Covenant University, Unilag, all those schools. So collaboration is key, right? It is important that we build collaboratively. There's no competition over here. We are women and we are winning, and we do collaboration over competition over here. So that's your idea. It's important that perhaps talk to a friend about it. Yeah, I'm sure you're scared. Oh, how did this person steals my idea? Don't worry. Ideas are a dime a dozen. Even if anybody steals your idea, they're not going to do it as uniquely or as good as you would do it. So please do not be afraid of collaboration. I love collaborations. If you know me, I'm a partnerships person. So it's important that we do that. That's time. Collaborate generously and launch fearlessly, please. And when you launch, tag me. Tag me. I want to celebrate with you. Okay. So once again, thank you to the organizers, and I hope that with this little presentation I've done, I've been able to show you sort of a pathway how you can leverage technology and digital skills to build your business, okay, and a successful one at that. Thank you very much. I wish you a great rest of your summit. Bye for now.